Hello everyone, my name is Fighting Pepper, and welcome to the game review of the Pepper Game Jam. The Game Jam lasted for 8 days. Originally it was set to take 2 days, however I increased the time because many people weren't finished with their games, and the theme for the Game Jam was growth. People were welcome to interpret the theme in any way they wanted for their games. I ran this Game Jam a couple weeks ago, and it's taken me a little while to get this video out, so I apologize for that. I've been pretty busy. We have 12 submissions, and for each of those submissions I will show my live reaction to them, spending a minute or two on each game, and then after I do that, I will go over the winners of the Game Jam. You will be able to see me play all of your games and give you feedback. Speaking of feedback, that's an important thing I should talk about. When I play each of these games, I'm going to give them constructive criticism and feedback in hopes that you'll be able to use that feedback in order to improve your game even more, or use those ideas in a different game. The main point of this Game Jam is to give people ideas for games, and my goal is to continue to do that through this game review. Without further ado, let's look at some of these games. Here we are in the studio, and I'll just start with the earliest added project, which is the Mandelbrot set generator. Okay, yeah, so I've peeked at these a little bit, and this project looked really cool, I will have to say, even though it is not a game. I don't know much about the Mandelbrot set, except that it looks cool, but maybe I'll read about it here. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I don't fully understand all of it, but yeah, let's try this out. Yes, it's definitely very cool. Oh, I see, okay. So it's fractals, patterns and stuff. Yeah, this all looks really neat. Wow, psychedelic. Yeah, wow, okay, so this looks really cool. It's awesome. However, it's not a game, so I don't know if I'll be able to give it that high of a score. I am going to look at the code real quick. Yeah, only 105 blocks. Beautifully simple indeed. I do wish you could like scroll around this, but I get that that's, a bit harder to do. Alright, so that was this one. Next we have Eat 'em Up by a guy Uwu. Let's try this out. So we try to eat the current food, I guess. This is good when I see the size increases. So that's like the growth I expect. These projectiles have pretty nice art. I like the, ooh, nighttime. Ooh, oh wait, oh no, wait. Maybe that was something that I shouldn't have eaten. Okay, turn the music off for this one. So these guys kill you, correct? Yeah, okay, those guys kill you. Oh, and I like that they give you little tips as to why you died. So overall, I'm liking this game. We got some nice particle effects as well, and the text engine is a nice touch, even though it wasn't created by the maker of this project. Now, I don't know what the current food does differently. Yeah, it looks like we are getting bigger, which is kind of, an interesting mechanic because it makes you harder to dodge, I suppose. Oh, maybe that's like maybe we'll get to red dots eventually. I don't know, because it said we could eat any food. Yeah, red dots now. Okay, got it. Some nice progression, right? I also don't know what the changing colors is about. Like, seems to not. What is that? I'm worried about eating that. Wait, hold on. Wait, is that the one that gave you wall protection? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, yellow. Can we eat this one? What is the going rogue thing? It says don't eat when you're not rogue. Oh, I see. You can eat the green plus dots. That makes sense. Oh, the red means you're rogue. Okay, that makes sense. But now we can't tell if we're rogue because now we're gray. Oh no! Oh, we got too close. It grew us into the spiky ball. Oh man. Oh. So I guess we can't be rogue if we have a wall. Yeah, that's annoying. I really wish we could get to level 2 more quickly. I wish it was like maybe a little bit harder to dodge, but less of a cost for dying. When you die, it takes a long time to get back up to where you were before. Maybe like you level up more often, and then when you level up you get like a checkpoint, and then you can restart from there. But I do wish it was like maybe a little bit harder to dodge these things. Like I get when you get bigger it gets harder. But all in all I would say it's a pretty solid game. Oh yay, we leveled up. Okay, wait, so maybe this is another checkpoint. Okay, and now they're going faster. Okay, yeah, this is better. Oh, there's a lot more of those green pluses. Yeah, level 1 was a bit long, so I might say shorten that a little bit. Oh, okay. But I'm gonna bet you we level up quicker as well. Yeah, so I think level 1 is just a little bit slow on the leveling up difficulty curve. Like here, rather than there being more dots, I think maybe more of those spiky things would be preferable. Hard to dodge, you gotta do dodging and weaving stuff. Oh, when you're a rogue, you can plow through those guys. Oh, and we go back to level 1. Okay. So this is a really fun game. I think there are, like I said, there are a few things that could be done to maybe improve the difficulty a little bit. I would encourage you to keep working on this. Alright, so next up we have Nom Nom Snake by Ronic the Egg. Made in one day. This was submitted before I extended the time. Green is grow, red is die, white is snake, and blue is destroy some red. Okay. Ooh, nice sound effects also. So the blue destroys red, yep. Oh, and we space to dash. Does that make us shorter? This is fun. Like it's not super complicated, but like it's fun, you know? And definitely the snake is growing. Oh! Oh man. We got a blue one, nice. Don't die. Does dashing make us shorter? Because I know in like Slither.io it makes you shorter. Here it doesn't look like it has any effect on that. In which case it's just a good, like it's a nice feature to get across the screen quickly because like it does make it harder to avoid the red blobs. Yeah, I like the snake artwork, like the circles and lines and stuff is cool. I think the mechanics are, you know, pretty cool. Like, pretty simplistic, right? It's just grow your snake, don't touch the hazards. But, like, what is here is very solid. And again, this was not made with the whole time. Oh, I died. Sometimes the edge of the snake moving a little bit, it throws me off. But, yeah, okay, this is really cool. I think it's a good level of difficulty. Like, it's not hard, but also it's, you know, hard enough that you can definitely die. The snake trail is really satisfying. One thing that would be nice is if it like displayed the score on screen while you were playing, so you could have a better sense of accomplishment and progression. All in all, pretty polished. Anyway, that's it for this game. We are now moving on to Influencer Growth Simulator by Eugenio Crazy. Take pictures, record videos, see your career as influencer, make money. Alright, so YouTube, we have 0 subs, okay. Record video, okay. Hello everyone. We always gotta start with that. And welcome to Pepper Game Jam. Wow, okay. This is influencer. Yeah. Okay, how do we get out of this? That's what I'm curious. I'm gonna actually look inside, right? Oh, we can walk around also. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, what else can we do? Oh, we click on that to say something, I guess. It's confusing. How do we get back to where we can see subs? We can also do Instagram, I guess. I like the walking animation, that's nice. I still can't figure out how to get out of the screen. What happens if I go to the gaming chair? Oh, wait, so I can... Oh, whoa. Oh, that's cool. Wait, oh, I can... Oh, it's actually like a game. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we can, like, shoot stuff. Wait, do I have -4 subs? Why do I have negative subs? No, I think I'm failing. If people really hate my content that much. Oh, I have 2 subs now. Okay, awesome. Oh, and now we have uploading, yes, okay. The game is kind of fun, like, it's a cool idea, definitely. It's lacking in polish, because not bad, definitely. It seems a bit unfinished. I wonder if maybe, I mean, this was made before the, before I moved the deadline, so it's possible the creator just didn't have time to finish it, but I did notify them. I'm going to say this is pretty on theme, right? It's all about growth. Like the subs, oh wait, how do I have 106 subs? Wait, hold on. Wait, I have 115 subs? Huh? Like, I'm not really sure what influences that. The animation is pretty nice. I love the cat's expression here. That is actually awesome. Anyway, that was Influencer Growth Simulator. Next is New Z All-Stars by New Zealand Ball. Grow Mario's Frustration. Hexagons. Right. I'm scared to turn the volume up, honestly. Okay, and yeah, we pick a game. Oh, and we have to click it. Oh, and it just makes noise, okay. Okay, I see. Okay, that's actually kind of fun, honestly. I wonder if we have any other than pit noises, because there's definitely other things to make noise in Mario. So it's just a clicker game, except it makes a lot of noise, okay. Like, there's something kind of satisfying about this. I wish there were like, I don't know, swamps or something that makes a lot of noise also, like in addition to the toads. Let's try the hexagons. Oh, nice music. Don't hit the hexagons. Oh, I see. There's like, oh, I see, you put the arrow where the... That's actually pretty clever, I like that. Again, this game gets a little bit old after a while. It's not, like, it's clever, I like the concept. If I touch these, does I... Wait, do I not actually, like, die when I hit the walls? Huh. Weird, okay. Like, I like the idea, but it seems to not actually, like, hitting the hexagons doesn't seem to do anything. I don't know. Like, this is a nice clicker mechanic that you can, like, annoy Mario, right? Like, and this is something that I haven't actually seen anywhere else. Oh, and there's a spinny wheel, too. Wait, is this a randomizer? Oh, so you can choose a random game. Okay, that's kind of cool, too. So, awesome game. Alright, our next game is Farmtastic by Char5311. So we have normal, I'm gonna go with medium. Oh, and we move back and forth. Oh, and I see it just follows the mouse. Oh, and we click to collect the crops. So I'm just holding down right now. So the score increases when we collect crops. Okay, cool. I don't know what that number at the top is. That might be like time. So I wonder if there's like something we're racing against or like a challenge here. Because right now it feels a little bit lacking in obstacles or things to avoid. So that might be something to add. Maybe you could add crops which like are bad to harvest, which yeah, you want to avoid. I haven't seen anything like this really before. However, I can just keep on going and increasing my score. So I guess it's sort of like a clicker game in that regard. With that in mind, you could add some sort of upgrades. Very cool idea. I think this would be a great game for you to keep working on this and updating it and adding new features, because I think it could become a very cool game. Alright, so that brings us to our next game, which is Grow Stick by Steve O'Sher. This thumbnail looks pretty promising, so I'm excited to try this out. So, eat the food that helps you grow, like burgers, hot dogs. Avoid eating bombs or poisonous, that's harmful. Alright, so let's try this out. Oh, title screen. I really like this. Okay, so we click on that, and then we eat it, yum. Oh, and then we get taller, I see. Alright, just don't eat the bomb, right? Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's this? What's going on? How do I dodge it? What? Wait, hold on. Oh, click on it to... Okay, yeah. Oops. This is pretty fun. It's a bit slow-paced, but, you know, I think pretty good. Oh, and we gotta... There we go. Let's go. Breaking the stones. Oh, another one. Oh, both sides now. Oh! And the sandwich that needs eating. Okay, this is getting a bit more exciting with the bombs. Ooh, and we're in the space now. Fun. It's a very cool sense of progression. I like that. So far, I'm liking this game. This is a pretty cool game. Like the previous game, it doesn't have too much challenge, but I do like the added stones. They keep things interesting. And yeah, the idea is very cool. I like it. Creative concept, definitely. Like, I like the mechanics of eating food, although, don't let it mean. The obstacles are not too hard to dodge. Like, these stones are, you know, add a fun bit of challenge, but other than that, there isn't too much challenge. I think the bombs are pretty easy to avoid. So my one suggestion for this would probably be to add more obstacles. Maybe something that you have to, like, move to one side or the other for, because they do have this movement system, so go down the side of the player that you have to, like, move off to the side for. Like, that might be fun. Or some sort of timed thing, like you have to click on the food as fast as possible. Like, that might make things a bit more interesting. And very polished. This game is like the particle effects, the movement, the counter, the main menu. Very polished game. Cool concept, but maybe not quite challenging enough. So yeah, cool game. I encourage you to keep working on this, improving it even more. Awesome. That brings us on to our next game, which is Pepper Click Challenge. Click the pepper as many times as you can. Okay, so this looks like a clicker game. Oh, and it moves. Okay, so this seems to be the main premise of the game. I like the pepper reference, of course. I'm not entirely sure how this relates to growth. I mean, maybe the score is growing, but I know a couple of people missed the theme and had to change their games, so I apologize if that happened. For mechanics, pretty simple. Just, you know, clicking. I mean, I like the added complexity of the pepper moving around. Like, I think that would actually be a kind of fun thing to add to a clicker game. I'll leave the high score at 400, how about? Like, the changing color background is a nice touch, and the high score feature is a good addition. Maybe adding upgrades to this would make this quite a bit more fun if you wanted to continue to update this game. But anyway, that's all for this game. Now it is time for a good quality snake game, I guess, by Dragon2810. Except that's the problem. It isn't actually by Dragon2810. The original project here is by AHYHY, not by Dragon2810. This is actually a really good game. I did record a live reaction to this as well, however I'm going to take it out of the video because this is not an original project. So, next time, Dragon2810, make your own game. Alright, back to the reactions. Our next game is Potato Infection by ASZ7. Okay, arrow keys to move, mouse click to attack, aim to mute the music. Well, I have my own music meter, so ha! Anyway, so it's got a title screen, love to see it. You are a farmer who has been experimenting with crops. Unfortunately, you create a potato infection. You need to destroy it, its source, and run home. But beware. Wait, do we attack? Oh, we attack the potatoes. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's like the growth, right? Okay, I like this. We don't let them hit us. I'm curious what happens if they hit us too much. Oh, we die. Okay. Oh, they spread so quickly. Ah, no. The potatoes. They're getting out of hand. Kill them. Kill them all. Oh, is this the big mama potato that spawns all the little baby potatoes? So I guess we gotta kill that one to defeat the potato infection. Oh, and now it's gone, so we can clean up. Oh no, but they still spread. Okay, so that was just like the big potato, the fluke marm, if you will. But we still gotta defeat fluke monkas. Cool, fun mechanic. Definitely on theme. I love the story too, like that's fun. It's a lot of fun to go mash up potatoes. I wish there was a score. Real life potato mashing should have a score counter too. It's still a great oh, we win! Okay, awesome. Oh, and I see there's a timer. Okay, destroys. Oh, I missed the run home part. Right. But like, with that in mind, you could make this into like a endless game where, you know, you just mash up as many potatoes as possible. So, awesome game. I like the concept. Maybe add like a score counter, or you could have different varieties of potatoes. That'd be fun. Like exploding potatoes, or I don't know. Something like that would be kind of cool. But anyway. That's it for Potato Infection. Now, we will move on to Eco. Build a big ecological city. Okay, that sounds fun. Cool, so, okay, I like this. I'm liking this already. So, we have $2,000 now. Road. Oh, what is this, dude? Radio. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, let's start with the house. Let's just put it right there. Oh, and we get money from that. Okay, what if we connect it with, like, a road? Get one of these guys and put. Oh, it doesn't orient. That's kind of fun. Oh, we can delete tiles. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm liking this. And then we just, you know, build out our city. Okay, that's fun. I wonder if the roads add to the money at all. Maybe, but I like them. Gotta have roads, of course. So. Okay, so this is fun. You know, I like city building games. I've tried to make some of my own, and as with most of my games, I abandon them. Something like this is sort of what I was imagining, and I think this is executed very well. Oh, it's scrolling too. Oh, awesome. Okay, it's not a super big map, but you know, still pretty cool. I got enough for a new house. Alright, is that a worse deal? 6 of these would be 24 people, so I don't know. Well, we have one now, even if it is a worse deal. We got one and they look cool. Oh, I don't see any intersections. Well, that might be a cool thing to add in a later update, but for now it looks pretty cool. And there's definitely a real sense of progression here. You can see your city growing. I love that. So it's a cool game. Maybe adding like shops and stuff would be a cool addition. This game feels really good to play, so great job with this. Alright, yeah, this is a really fun game. I like it a lot. Like, I definitely think you should keep updating it, and if you have more ideas, that's awesome. This does not take away our full 1300? It seems to only take away 3000. That might be a bug. I don't know. In any case, awesome game. It is now time to move on to the next game, which is Asteroids by the Jaminator 29. Okay, the only pre-made thing was my 3D projection scripts. Okay, got it. Ooh. Sorry to pull you out of your retirement again, Commander, but I wouldn't be calling you if it weren't necessary. Important research is being conducted upon a red giant, a dying star that is growing. However, a nearby planet has exploded and has sent asteroids everywhere. The government doesn't agree with the research and will try to sabotage us. Uh-oh. Your mission is to protect our probes, collect their data from them, and bring it back safely. Good luck. Oh, and we get music too. Okay, I'm loving this. Whoa, okay, awesome. Okay, whoa. There's the sun. Okay, and asteroids. We go to the probes. Oh, and we're getting hit. What are we getting hit by? Ah, no, asteroids. Oh, okay, that's the move. Ooh. Sorry, it's a bit hard to get my bearings and stuff around here. Oh, and there's green light also. I want that. This is very cool. The music is nice too. Oh, E is shoot. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay. Cool. So the green thing weren't good. I shouldn't have gone up to it. So we go up to the probes. Awesome. Well, I guess that's that blue bar that progresses when we go to the probes. Yeah, this is a pretty cool game. I'm liking it. The whole 3D stuff is, you know, fun. I know it's already built beforehand, but still, like at first it's a little bit hard to tell where you are, but ooh, what's that? That looks good. I want that. Whatever it is. So sometimes it's hard to tell a little bit where things are in relation to the player, but you know, overall, pretty solid game. I like the mechanics, flying around, shooting stuff. Like, it's just a little bit hard to tell where you are and what's hitting you and all that sort of stuff. But overall, very cool mechanic. Ooh, and I like those particle effects. Those are cool. I'm not sure how on theme it is. The asteroids. No. No! I died. Oh man. Cool game. I love the intro animations as well. Very cool design. The asteroids and stuff. Really cool. It's pretty standard space shooters type stuff. Like these are a bit hard to collect. I know it's gonna play the sound effect if I get it, but I just have to get it. That's the problem. No! Oh no, we died again. This is an awesome game. Close contender for first. I don't know if it will make it there, but we shall see. And this is the last of our 12 submissions. So let's get into the ranking and see which game will get first place. Alright, now it's time for the rankings. I'm going to grade each of these games based on 6 metrics. The first is theme, how on theme the game is. As a reminder, the theme is growth. The second metric is design, so how well designed the game is, as well as how fun the mechanics are. The third metric is creativity, which is how creative the concept is. A concept that's used a lot, or a submission which is based heavily on an existing game, would get a low creativity score. The fourth metric is difficulty, which is a measure of how challenging the game is, and also how fair it feels to play. The fifth metric is art, which is pretty self-explanatory. How good is the art? And the final metric is polish, which small details like particles and a title screen can add to the score, and if a game has bugs in it, that would decrease the polish score. I'll go over the lower ranked submissions very quickly, talking about specific things that I like, and for each one I'll give some suggestion on how to make it even better. I'll spend most of my time though on the top 4 games, and for those I'll talk in detail about their scores on each of the 6 metrics. In 11th place we have Mandelbrot Set Generator by 5Nicot123. I actually really like this project. It's awesome. This project is a visual representation of the Mandelbrot set, which is a mathematical set of numbers. If you're interested in mathy stuff, you should definitely check out this project, and it's got a great explanation for how it works as well. However, it's not a game, so it's difficult for me to rank it among the other games. Now in 10th place we have Pepper Click Challenge by Oyo705. This game is simply a clicker game. You just click the pepper as much as you can. The mechanics are very simple. Seeing your score increase can be quite satisfying though. With that in mind, I would consider adding upgrades, as many clicker games have. In 9th place is Influencer Growth Simulator by Eugenio Crazy. This game is about recording videos for YouTube and Instagram and getting subscribers/followers. Now I really like the idea behind this game, and the mechanics are also really nice. It's just quite lacking in polish and art. It's got a couple bugs, and that sort of stuff makes it a bit hard to play. Plus, besides getting subscribers, there isn't too much going on in this game. I might suggest that you add some more forms of progression, such as the ability to buy better video making equipment once you earn enough money. Overall, cool game, just seems a little bit unfinished. In 8th place we have Farmtastic by Char531. Like the previous game, this game has a creative concept. However, what it's lacking is not polish but difficulty, because currently the only mechanics are moving back and forth and clicking your mouse. So my suggestions for this game would be to add some sort of upgrades and or harmful crops which you want to avoid clicking on. In 7th place we have Newsy All-Stars by New Zealand Ball. This game has two mini-games. One is a clicker game where you click Mario, and the upgrades come in the form of toads which make noise and annoy Mario. The other game is Hexagons, and in that game you have to dodge shrinking hexagonal wall formations as you slowly get bigger. Though those hexagon walls don't seem to actually hurt you, so I quite like the mechanics in both of these games. I think they're pretty creative. Even though one is just a clicker game, I like the noise mechanic. That's something that I haven't really seen before. For hexagons, my main suggestion is make the walls actually kill you. And my suggestion for the Mario clicker is to add more forms of noise. I think you could totally come up with a few more upgrades which each make different noises. In 6th place we have Grow Stick by Steve O'Shure. In this game your player is a stick and your goal is to click food to eat it and grow larger. Along the way you have to make sure you don't eat harmful food, and you have to make sure to break stones that fly from off screen. This is a pretty fun game actually. It's quite satisfying to play. The pacing is pretty slow, and besides the flying stones there isn't too much challenge. I feel like the harmful food is pretty easy to avoid, so my biggest suggestion to this would be to add more challenge, possibly some sort of timer where you have to click on food as fast as possible, or more types of stones. For example, you could use the movement mechanic to make stones that come down the side of your stick that you have to move to the left or right to dodge. But yeah, this is a pretty cool game. Nice art, very polished also, so yeah. In 5th place we have Potato Infection by ASD7. In this game you are a farmer who's been experimenting with crops, but you accidentally create a potato infection, which spreads poisonous potatoes across your farm. Your goal is to destroy its source and then return home, all while avoiding the spreading potatoes. You also have a weapon which you can use to destroy the potatoes. So all in all, I really like the concept. It's a lot of fun. Something about mashing up potatoes in large numbers is just really satisfying to me. Like, the game is pretty short, so I would love to see more levels, possibly with larger maps. You could even implement scrolling, and also different types of potatoes maybe on those later levels would be cool. Possibly potatoes which maybe shoot projectiles or explode or something, I don't know. Something like that would be kind of fun. But yeah, I'd love to see you keep working on this. Alright, it's now time for the top 4, and for those games I will go into detail about how I decided to score them. In the 4th place we have Eat 'em Up by a Guy Uwu. In this game, different types of food fall from the sky, and it's your task to eat the foods that are good for you and avoid those that are harmful. As you eat food, your size grows, and once you get big enough, you advance to a new level. As you progress, the range of different types of food you can eat increases. There are also power-ups, such as the wall protection power-up and the green plus dots, which grant you the Rouge status. The Rouge status, you can eat any type of food, including the yellow star power-ups, which protects you from the red spiky food. This game gets a 10 out of 10 for theme. It is certainly on theme. The main premise of the game is growing bigger. As you might have been able to tell from my description, there's many different mechanics and they all work together pretty well. For the most part, they're pretty balanced. The one mechanic I don't love quite as much as the others is the wall power-up, because at times it seems to actually harm you and it prevents you from being Rouge. However, overall I would say the mechanics are quite intricate and very good, so you get a 10 out of 10 for design. For creativity, objects falling from the sky that you need to dodge is a pretty standard concept. The getting bigger and eating and being able to eat new foods is something that I haven't seen as much. This game gets a solid 8 out of 10. Now for our difficulty. That is my main problem with this game. It's fairly easy to dodge the obstacles, however it takes a long time to get to the next level, and if you die at any level you always go back to the very beginning of level 1. My suggestions to improve the difficulty would be to add more larger dots early on in the level, which would in turn cause the levels to be a bit more tricky. Also possibly to to add more of the spiky dots on later levels, and lastly to increase the spawn rate. I would also really love to see it if there were checkpoints at the beginning of each level, so I'm going to give the difficulty score a 6 out of 10, but I encourage you to keep working on this and improving the difficulty scaling. Alright, now for art. The art in this game is quite good actually. I love the player art, especially. Little light effects on the corners are a really nice touch, as well as the tilting. I also love the art on the green plus dots, yellow star dots, and red X's. Oh, and the wall protection also. So for art, I'm going to give this game a solid 9 out of 10. Now the polish on this game is actually quite polished. First off, we have a nice animated title screen. We also have very cool particle effects. We also have a text engine, which I love. It wasn't coded by the maker of this project, but it still definitely adds to the polish. We've got a day-night cycle. Our death particles are very cool, and also we get helpful death messages, which I like a lot. It's a small touch, but it's really nice. So for polish, I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10. As for things to improve, the main thing is the difficulty scaling. Of course, you could also add more power-ups or new tiers of dots. I've talked long enough about Eat 'em Up. In third place, we have Nom Nom Snake by Ronic the Egg. I like to think of this game as sort of like a one-player Slither.io because the mechanics are quite similar. You guide a snake around a screen and collect food to grow longer. Along the way, you need to avoid the red spiky balls that will kill you if you touch them. There are also blue nuts which destroy some red spiky balls. This game is definitely on theme. The whole point of the game is growing the snake. So 10 out of 10 for that. The design and mechanics are quite simple, which I actually quite like. It's fun, it feels good to play. So 10 out of 10 for design. As for new things I'd like to see in this game, I would say more types of dots would be a great addition. Maybe some sort of power-ups or something would be cool. Creativity is this game's lowest score because the snake concept is already pretty well established. The movement is very similar to that of Slither.io. It's definitely got original bits, such as the red spikes and the blue dots. This game gets a decent 6 out of 10 for creativity. Now for the difficulty, this game has a very good difficulty. On the one hand, it can be quite challenging and there's definitely a real possibility of dying, but on the other hand, getting quite a high score is equally possible. My main gripe with the difficulty is sometimes previous segments of the snake move a little bit, which is a very nice touch in terms of polish. However, sometimes it makes avoiding red spikes a little bit harder. Now for art, the art, like most other things in this game, is very simple. However, it works really well. I especially love the snake art. It's super satisfying to look at, and the way it curves when it turns is really nice. The green and blue dots are simply circles though. I'm going to have to give this game a 9 out of 10 for art, but still very good. Now the polish in this game is quite good, however there's a few things that I think would increase the polish even more. The biggest one of those things is a score counter. I would love to be able to see my score while playing the game. Adding some sort of title screen would also be nice. Aside from those small things, I think the polish is very good, so I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. Next up, in second place we have Asteroids by the Geminator 29. In this game, you fly around and shoot asteroids and try not to get hit. Around the area of space there are several probes, and the goal of the game is to collect a certain amount of data from the probes. Once you do that, you win. It's a quite simple concept, but executed pretty well, and plus it's in 3D, which is very impressive. Keep in mind that I'm not judging the game based on how impressive it is, and also the 3D scripts were created beforehand. This game is not particularly themed around growth. While the sun is growing and the number of asteroids are growing as stated in the instructions, it's not a particularly central theme to the game. So I'm going to have to give this only a 7 out of 10 for theme. Alright, now for design. Yeah, I really like the design and mechanics. They're pretty simple, but they work well. I don't have too much to say beyond that, so 10 out of 10 for design. Now for creativity. There are certainly space shooter games like this that exist. It's a pretty established genre. However, the probes and the different types of asteroids are quite creative, and the story also adds to the creativity. I really like the fact that there's a story. Solid 9 out of 10 for creativity. For difficulty, I think the difficulty is actually pretty good. However, it takes a little while to figure out the game. So the first time I played this, I didn't enjoy it as much as when I came back to it more recently and eventually beat the game. My biggest complaint with the difficulty is the green radioactive asteroids. There gets to be a large number of those, and they damage you from all the way across the map, and it's difficult to destroy the green asteroids fast enough. At that point, I just had to rely on heals dropped by the asteroids. I think that is the main form of damage in this game, and and I sort of wish that the normal asteroids posed more of a challenge and that the green radioactive asteroids posed less of a challenge. So for difficulty, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Now for art, I really like the art actually. I like the whole spaceship console area with the little hands. It does decrease what you can see significantly, which can be a little bit annoying at times, but for the most part it's pretty good. For the asteroids art, I mean, I don't have too much to say about it. I think it's, pretty good, like it's an asteroid. The music also is created by the maker of this project, so that bumps the art score up to 10 out of 10. Finally, for polish, I think the polish in this game is quite high. It's got a start screen, it's got that whole story segment, there's even like an FOV shift when you speed up, and there's a tilt effect when you turn sideways. So 10 out of 10 for polish. Things I would improve, like I said, make the green radioactive things less damaging, make the normal asteroids more damaging, add more asteroid types maybe. You could also maybe consider making the world a little bit bigger and adding some sort of exploration mechanic. I think that might be a fun. But I don't really have too many suggestions for this. Good game. Alright. And now it's time for first place. I think a lot of you can guess what it's going to be. It is Eco by Clock 189. This is a game about building and growing a city. You start with a small amount of money, and with that money you can build houses and roads to increase the population of your city. And the bigger your city, the more money you earn from taxes, I guess, I don't know. It's quite a simple premise, however, it's pretty fun and pretty creative. For theme, it gets a 10 out of 10. It's definitely on theme, you are growing a city. Now for design, well, I think the mechanics are quite good. The whole premise of building a city is a lot of fun. Because you earn money passively, sometimes there isn't a lot to do at certain points of the game, but I don't know if that can really be avoided that much with this sort of game. With that in mind, I'll give the design a solid 9 out of 10. Now for creativity. This is quite a creative concept. I haven't seen it that much before. 10 out of 10 for creativity. I really like the concept. Here for difficulty, because there isn't really a way to lose, I'm going to rate the difficulty based off of the scaling and such. And for the most part, I think the scaling is pretty good. But like I said, sometimes there are periods of, waiting around to earn money, and there isn't that much interactivity. With that in mind, I'm going to give this a difficulty score of 8 out of 10. Now for art is probably this game's strongest suit. The pixel art in this game is really well done, and I also love the title image. But yeah, really good art. Again, there isn't too much to say about the art, so 10 out of 10. Finally, we have polish, and this game is quite polished. The clouds in the foreground really add to the polish. The menu screens are super easy to use and intuitive. It uses better number counters for the money display, and there's even a few achievements which are fun. And a day-night cycle, that's also cool. I did find a couple bugs when playing the game. The first is that the skyscrapers only take away $3,000, even though they say they take away more, and they require more to be placed. Another issue I found when I was placing my tiles toward the bottom of the map, but every now and then my selected tile would change, so I would be placing down houses and then it would switch to something else. So for that, I'm going to take away one from the polish score, so 9 out of 10 for polish. And there you have it, that's the score for this game. Now I do have a few suggestions for this game. You said the next update will cover weather events, seasons, and disasters, which sounds pretty fun. I think having intersections of roads would be really nice. I think adding tile sorting would be cool for the roads, so they automatically connect to other roads around them. Also, I think maybe adding more types of buildings than just houses would be pretty fun, so you could consider adding shops or something like that to your game too. And lastly, I think maybe just expand the map size. I don't imagine that would be that hard to do, and it would make the game a bit more fun, because right now, once you fill up the map, there isn't much left to do. But anyway, congratulations to Clock 189. Thank you so much for participating in the Game Jam, because all the games were really awesome, and it was hard for me to decide. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye!